So I'm sitting at work today thinking about food as usual, and I knew I was going to make these sausages after work for my pre-workout meal. And I'm a huge fan of sausages with like sauteed onions, mushrooms, pepper, stuff like that on it. But I also like relish. So I was thinking, like, it just hit me. I was like, what if I make like a relish out of sauteed onions and pepper? So I just sauteed them in the pan, threw them in that blender attachment, and I just threw them on top of these sausages with a little bit of ketchup and mustard. So let's see. Just like you're at a baseball game. Just like it. So just a quick update on my training and what's going on. Like I talked about a couple videos ago. Right now I'm starting on Deload, and this might be important to you because you just want to follow my progress, maybe learn something, or you might be going through something similar and you can relate. But in the past couple, I'd say a week or so, the last couple days, progress has definitely digressed. I wasn't making any more PRs in the gym, and that's expected on a new program. After some time, your progress will slow down, but I was getting weaker. I wasn't able to push out as many reps as I was, and I decided it was just time to take a small little break. I've been on this program now for about 4 weeks, and this program is a lot of volume. It's very high intensity. It's 6 days a week, and it's just been, I'd say, stressful on my body. And there's a lot of stressors that affect you and can affect your performance in the gym and your goals and your physique. Not only working out, but stressors such as your work, things going on in your personal life, business, all stress affects your body. I don't want to say the same way, but it has an effect on your body and your performance and the way you work. So, I decided it was time for me to just take a small little break, and I'm still working out this week, but starting this past Monday, and tentatively right now it's going to go till Friday, a 5-day deload. I might push it to a 7-day, but what I'm doing is just, I'm keeping the same program, I'm staying and doing the same exercises, but I'm taking volume away and lowering the weight. So roughly I'm going to decrease the weights by about 30% and work with 10 reps. So more of a hypertrophy kind of training. Not really focusing on strength this week, but just keeping blood flowing, working out still. I want to keep that, mental edge in the gym. But hopefully when I come back to the gym, I'm my alpha self, ready to hit the weights, PRs again, feeling better. Because I didn't want to keep training, because in the long term, it would have a very negative effect on my success, because you keep beating yourself down, and it's hard to really build back up after a certain amount of time. So it is really hard for me to stay away from lifting real heavy and wanting to make continued progress. But it's one of those things where they say, train smarter, not harder. And for the longest time, I was just hard-headed and a knucklehead, and I didn't want to believe this. But, guys, sometimes you just have to take a break from it and step away and just realize that it is for the better in the long term. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just taking a small deload, 5 to 7 days. If you've never taken a deload before, it can be very beneficial to your future progress, because you'll continue to make gains after this deload. You'll give your body a little break, less stress on your body, kind of mentally away from the gym for a little bit, and you can come back focused and just ready to kill it. So that's what's going on with my training right now. What I'm going to show you next is my protein bar recipe called the Bear Bar, and I'll talk a little bit about that. It developed during IBOLC, which is the Infantry Officer Basic course, when I first joined the Army, and it was my basic school. So hope you guys enjoy that part, and hopefully you try it out. It's really, really good. So IBOLC is the course that all infantry officers go to down in Fort Benning after they graduate college, before they go on to their next duty assignment, and it's 17 weeks long. And of those 17 weeks, 8 of them are spent out in the field. So, you pack up all your stuff, you go to the field like Monday through Friday, sometimes longer. And they provide food for you, but you can bring your own food if you want, most of the times. The last couple weeks of the course, you couldn't bring anything because they were doing food and sleep deprivation techniques on us to get us ready for Ranger School. But the weeks that we could bring food, I would take like these protein bars and trail mix, just because it's very dense, calorie dense. It'll keep me full. So I'll show you what you need to make these protein bars, but they became kind of famous within my platoon because they always saw me pulling them out. Most guys were bringing like, candy bars. They brought trail mix, but no one would go to the extent of making like 5 or 6 protein bars before going to the field. So let me show you what you need, and we'll get into making them. All right, so you're gonna need 4 scoops of protein powder. I'm using chocolate, some cinnamon, 2 cups of oatmeal, and don't use the quick oats. Make sure you're using the old-fashioned oats. Half a cup of almond milk, 4 tablespoons of peanut butter, a cup of Rice Krispie cereal, and then 3 servings of dried cranberries. You can really use any dried fruit that you want, but the technique is like the money maker on these guys. You got to really mix it. So you want it to be very, very thick because you're not going to bake them. You're just going to throw them in the fridge and let them sit for a little bit. So add the almond milk at first and then slowly add water. I mean, you want it to be so thick that you're nearly breaking your spoon. And when I made it in the past, like spoons have bent all the way on me. So just make sure it's very, very thick. So I get home from work today, really good mood. It's my day off from the gym. I was just gonna chill out. Walk in the door and Leroy just tore my molding apart. I got him like 6 months ago. When I first got him, he was a puppy he still is a puppy, but he ate my entire crown molding. He's drinking out of the toilet right now. Leroy! So long story short, he was bad today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just give it a like. One little tip I want to give you for those protein bars. If you're traveling with them or you're going to keep them the whole day, you're not going to be able to refrigerate them. What I used to do is I would like mush them up in my hands and then I'd roll them in oats or oat flour, and then they don't stick to things, and if they start to melt or something, they don't just make a mess. That's what I would do when I went to the field. So give that a try. You guys have had a lot of questions for me lately via Instagram, YouTube, my email account, MyFitnessPal, a lot of messages through there. So if you have any questions, please just put them in the comments below. I'm going to try to do a question and answer in one of these videos soon. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.